everybody, this is Racer Kanata Nate, also known as David. So my commentary today, it's not going to be about the Navy or about video games or anything that I usually talk about. It's going to be about a TV show called Lost. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this show. Some of you probably haven't. First off, before I get into this video, if you have not watched Lost, I recommend that you go on Netflix or somewhere else and watch the entire thing, and then come back and watch this video because I might have some spoilers in here. I'm not sure. I'll just see what I'm talking about. But Lost, it's pretty much, I don't know. I mean, you can look up the summary, but I'm gonna say it's about a plane crash on an island, and there's a group of survivors from the plane crash, and they're on this mysterious island. Now, that's pretty much a summary you'll get anywhere online, but it's about so much more than that. Really, it's only about the plane crash for like the first season. All throughout the show, you're having flashbacks and flash forwards and flash sideways, they're called, where you learn all about the characters, like their backstory and their future story and all kinds of stuff. It's really hard to describe Lost. I'd say that even if I was like a professional like author, it'd be really difficult for me to sit down and write out exactly what happens to explain it to someone. Really, the only way you can fully comprehend it is to watch it from beginning to end. So there's 6 seasons to the show. I know right around season 4, it starts getting kind of weird with the flash forwards, where it's instead of a flashback like you're used to, it flashes to the future. And then season 5 gets really crazy. And towards the end of season 5, towards the beginning of season 6, the final season, it gets really weird. And I've heard that's where a lot of people stop watching the show. But if you keep going and just keep watching the show, even if you don't fully understand everything, in the end, it all makes sense. And the season finale was 2 hours long. And I want to say that it wasn't the best ending I've ever seen because it was kind of disappointing. But at the same time, I don't know, it was pretty much a perfect ending, even though it was really bittersweet. It was really sad and really happy at the same time. But the way that I felt when I finished Lost, because I finished it last night on Netflix, the way that I felt when I finished Lost was exactly the way that I felt when I finished the game The Last of Us, or when you watch a really, really good movie and it's over. It sounds really lame, but when it's completely over and you realize there's just no more, like Last of Us, well, I mean, obviously there's like Left Behind, but once you finish Last of Us, you're hoping they're going to release the second one because you want the characters and the story to just keep going, but because you've like fallen in love with them so much. But I mean, there's not another game, and that's how I felt about Lost, because they're saying there's rumors they might bring it back, but I don't know if they ever will, and if they will, it'll be far in the future probably. But when I finished the series, hold on one second. All right, sorry about that, you guys. The phone was ringing. But what I was saying is when I finished this series, right away when you start a show on Netflix, you know how many seasons there are and how many episodes are in each season. So obviously when I finished it, I knew there was no more, right? That was it. It was over forever. And I mean, the ending was really good. It did kind of pull everything together. I still had some questions, but overall it answered all the questions I had throughout the show. And you kind of learn everything, and it's a good ending. It's a good sense of closure. But at the same time, it's like I had fallen so in love with this show and with all the characters, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure I looked up like overall the show is like 118 hours or something. So that means in the last 2 months or 3 months, I pretty much spent 118 hours watching Lost, which sounds really lame, but I mean, it was an amazing show. And so it's kind of hard to explain my feelings. It's almost like the show became like a part of me, like a part of my life, like the exact same way I felt with The Last of Us. It's almost really sad because it becomes like a part of you, and then when you finish it and there's no more. Like I felt that way when I've read really good books and watched really good movies too. Like you finish it and you love the characters so much, like they're absolutely perfect, and like they're like your favorite characters ever, and just knowing that it's like over and like you can't follow their story anymore. I don't know, it's really sad. But Charlie spoiler alert, by the way, at this point. Charlie was one of my favorite characters in the show, and his death, honestly, it was like one of the saddest moments for me in the show. Um, when he died, I didn't cry, but I got really close to tears. It was just really touching because you at first you don't really like Charlie that much because he's just kind of like a drug addict, and then you learn all about his life, and then he kind of gets that relationship with Claire, and you start to really like him. And that's kind of what they do with all the characters they kill off. You start to really like them right before they die. Like Boone. Boone was kind of just like an extra character. He didn't really have a whole like big part in the story. But then as Boone and Mr. Locke start to become friends and you learn about his backstory and everything he's gone through, you start to really like him, and then like just like that he dies. Uh the same with Mr. Echo. Um he actually doesn't return in the last episode. A lot of the main characters return in the very last episode, as kind of like an afterlife thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was kind of confusing. But Mr. Echo wasn't a main character, so he didn't return. But also, you spend almost 3 episodes learning all about his backstory, and then they kill him off. And it's just really sad. Same with Shannon, Boone's brother. At first, you kind of hate her because she's just like that classical spoiled brat, but then you get to like her right before she dies. I don't know. Overall, Lost was an amazing show. The actors were great. The acting was great. Everything about it was pretty awesome. It's just that it gets really kind of confusing around like season 5. But if you watch the show and you get kind of like you almost want to stop at that point, I suggest that you just keep going and finish the whole series because it'll definitely be worth it because the ending is amazing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This series just really like it really had an impact on me, so I just wanted to make a quick video talking about it. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye.